Hey, what's up everybody? As you can tell from the title of this video, new bike reveal. So you could probably hear it in the background. I just wanted to get something different, you know. The Supermoto, just, I don't know, I wanted something different. So I'll let you guys keep listening and maybe you can kind of figure out what it is. No, not yet? Okay, well, here you go. There it is. Yeah, I did it, man. I converted to a Harley 2016, or I think it's a 2015. Yeah, it's a 2015 Harley Softail Slim. Got the Vance & Hines pipes. Got a fuel programmer. Let's go take it for a ride. Really low miles. It's only got 4,200 miles. If you guys haven't realized yet that the whole title of new bike, that's just a joke. I guess you can call it clickbait, but I'm actually going to do kind of just a little review of it real quick. This is actually my dad's bike. Like I said, it's a 2015 Harley Softail Slim. It's only got 4,000 miles on it. It's got windshield, seat, backrest, Screaming Eagle air cleaner, Vance & Hines fuel pack underneath the seat, and then Vance & Hines big radius pipes. And I'm not really a Harley guy, and I'm not gonna like rag on Harleys or anything, but out of like all the Harleys I've ridden, because I've test ridden Sportster, my dad used to have a Wide Glide, I've ridden a Ultra Classic, so I've ridden a couple. I haven't ridden a lot, but out of the ones I've ridden, I really like this one the most that I've ridden so far. I mean, I'm still a Sportster guy. If I was going to buy a Harley, I'd buy a Sportster. But out of the big twins, I just like the style and I like the maneuverability this thing's got. For a 700-pound motorcycle, it's a very, you know, maneuverable motorcycle. It doesn't... I mean, compared to my Supermoto, yeah, it takes quite a bit of effort, but it's actually, you know, a pretty good riding bike. The Softail frame is really smooth and comfortable. But I mean, overall, it's a fairly nice bike. I don't think it's worth the kind of money that they ask for them. That's just my opinion. But I mean, overall, it's a nice bike. I mean, it's got some decent power. I think it could use some better brakes and a better clutch. Could use more power for the size of the engine. I think, you know, this is the 103, and I think they dyno like 90-95 horsepower, and I think that's kind of ridiculous though. I mean, it's like a 1800 cc engine. Now everybody's gonna be like, oh, the torque. Well, it only dynos about 80 foot-pounds of torque. So, in comparison, I used to have a 2003 SV1000. It dynoed somewhere around 115 horsepower and 75 foot-pounds of torque. But also, only weighed 485 pounds or something, 485 to 500. So that little bit lack of torque isn't noticeable. I don't know, back when I had my sport bike, I used to like to take this bike out for a cruise, because I mean, it was so different, you know. Sport bike, you're kind of hunched over more, and a sport bike is just begging you to ride it fast. I mean, that's just the way they are. This thing, and though it was nice to be able to just hit a mountain road and just kind of sit back and enjoy it a little more, I guess. You know, it was... If it come down to it, and if I had, you know, a big garage, I would probably have a cruiser, and I would look more towards like a sport cruiser, like a Deadfall or a V-Rod, you know, something along that nature. You know, this is a little too relaxed. I mean, the lean angle on it's like 26 degrees, but these floorboards will touch the ground in a second. I mean, it doesn't take much. Like I can sit here and whip it back and forth, just like kind of warming up the tires and get the floorboards to catch. But I get the appeal of a cruiser, but I couldn't own a cruiser as my only bike. It's just, it doesn't offer enough for me. I really would like to have a garage full of all kinds of different bikes, because my riding style changes all the time. Like one minute I want to be able to cruise, or one day I want to be able to go for a cruise, and the next day I want to jump on a sport bike and just, you know, go ripping down the road, and the next day I want to go do some trail riding, you know. And my ideal garage is going to have at least 3 motorcycles in it. One motorcycle just isn't enough, and ideally right now in the springtime, if the dealer still has them, I'm looking at getting a leftover 2016 GSXR 750. I'm gonna keep the Supermoto. I love the Supermoto. It's just too much fun, but at times I want more, you know, I want more power. But as far as for what the Supermoto is, I understand the power it's got, and I'm content with it. But I still, at the end of the day, would like to have a sport bike too, because I do miss sport riding. That was floorboard. But yeah, this is my dad's bike. I'm just taking it out for a cruise. Gonna go get the oil changed in it. He doesn't work on it, and I'm not working on it. I don't have time to, and get it parked for the winter. It's actually up for sale. If anybody watches these videos and they're South Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, the bike's on Craigslist for sale, so, and Cycle Trader. So it's a really nice bike. It's only got 4,200 miles on it. It's way under mileage, and it's got all the stuff done to it that you would want to do to it, so you don't have to mess with it. It's ready to ride. But overall, like I said, it's a good bike in its own way. Like I said, no bike out there is perfect, and that's what I don't like hearing people talk about buying a beginner bike. What beginner bike should I buy? And it's like, well, just because somebody started out on, a 600cc sport bike doesn't mean the next person needs to. Or not everybody needs to start out on a 300. You know, it's just, I hate that question, and I understand people asking it, but I still hate it. I mean, there's a lot of people that go out and buy a big twin Harley like this and start out on it and don't have any issues. So, and I know that may sound different, but this is a 700-pound motorcycle. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, I guess you could say, especially for a beginner. I mean, it's nimble once you get going. I'm really surprised. I think a lot of that's got to do with, it's got the 130 on the front and a 140 on the back, so it's very nimble in that sense. But I still wouldn't recommend it as a first bike. But you know, it's all on what you want to buy and what you think you're capable of riding. My first bike was a 1200 Buell. Said it's all on the person. I smack those floorboards on the corners every single time. Oh man. Like I said, when I used to have my sport bike, I used to take this thing out, and probably half the miles on it are mine. But since I got my Supermoto, it's just, I don't have the desire to ride a heavy motorcycle anymore. It's, like I said, if I had a cruiser, I would probably have a Sportster or like a sport cruiser. You know, something that weighs a little less, but actually has some lean angle. Like, I like the new the Sportster R Roadster. I like that cafe style. Now I think it's like $12,900. For that money, I think another $1,500 and you can buy a Triumph Thruxton R. The Thruxton R is the better bike to go with. I mean, it's got Brembo brakes, it's got power modes, you know, it's got power. It's got torque because it's a parallel twin. I really like the Thruxton R's. Like, it's one of my bikes that I want in my garage because I love that retro style, but now they finally like made the bike modern. The last iteration of the Thruxton, I think, was say like a 2010. It just didn't have any power, and it was so heavy. It was 500 plus pounds, and I think only made like 70 horse. I mean, it just was a slouch. When you look at it and you think cafe racer, you think power and speed, but yet that style. And the new Thruxton R, like I said, it's got everything that you could want on a modern cafe racer. You know, I like that it's got the really nice, I think it's got Öhlins. I can't really remember, but it's got Öhlins suspension and Brembo brakes, dual disc Brembo brakes, and I think it's got a Brembo master cylinder. And so when you compare it to the Sportster R, that's only got 75 horse, and it has dual disc brakes and inverted forks, but it's all like cheaper stuff, I guess that's for lack of better terms. So I think for $1,500 more, I would rather just buy the Thruxton R. You're getting a lot more motorcycle for your money, you know. I hate that clutch. I'm so used to my one finger clutch. I'll forewarn anybody that buys a windshield, don't buy a windshield and plan on wearing a full face helmet, because it'll buffer your head around like crazy. In my head, like the noise that's coming through the helmet, and like my head's kind of bouncing around side to side. You probably won't notice it in the camera because it's a video stabilizer, but it's horrible. A headache really quick. Cruise is pretty good at 80. I mean, cranking about 3,000 RPMs at 80. I don't know what the motor's got. I think like 6,500. Once you start getting up in the revs, though, you can really feel the power taper off. The motor's built for torque, it's not built for horsepower, so that's understandable, I guess. I just really think Harley needs to revamp their engines. And I know they just come out with the new like 107 or something, but it still isn't like industry defining, you know. It's still too much of the past, and they just need to move forward, and that's why they're losing customers, in my opinion. Said I'm not gonna rag on Harley. I mean, they've been around a long time, but they still just need to make some improvements. reason why this bike isn't putting out 120 horsepower, and why it doesn't have better brakes and, you know, a little more modern touch to it. But that's about all I'm going to talk about. I just want to make a quick little video, just kind of like a joking video about a new bike. I know that's clickbait and all that stuff, but get mad at me if you will. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't really like ask a lot, but you know, I haven't asked in any of my videos, but if you like my videos and subscribe, any support to my channel would be greatly appreciated on my end. I'm just starting out, so I'm really trying to build my videos, and I know my editing's not there and everything, but you know, I'm trying to get it out there and get more content out, and I'll work on editing more and get you guys some more content. But thanks for watching, everybody.